What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody out there tuning in? Whether you're tuning in on my Instagram live or you're tuning in on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, whatever the case may be, YouTube, whatever the case may be. I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up today. Normally, this is the time frame whenever I have my boss talks, but some things happen. I had to reschedule tonight's interview, but it's totally fine. It's okay. The thing about it is to be able to still be able to roll with whatever the case may be. To still be able to roll. Y'all know if you're an entrepreneur, hola, ¿cómo estás? If you're an entrepreneur, all of that good stuff, then you know that sometimes things don't work according to plan. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. And whenever those things don't happen, it doesn't mean that you should just be like, oh well, boop, 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 boop. Like sometimes you can't do anything but accept that moment of defeat, or I wouldn't even say defeat. I would say that moment of just having to change things around and different things like that. But sometimes desde República Dominica. That's that. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it means that you are from the Dominican Republic. I'm still learning Spanish. Yo hablo un poco español, pero yo aprendo. I'm learning. But but definitely, like, sometimes whenever things happen, things just happen, and you just got to be able to roll with those things. So the thing that I just wanted to hop on, for one, I wanted to hop on because I was like, there's no way I'm not about to be going live and being able to show my backdrop. Cause come on now, I got this amazing backdrop that I just got in. Shouts out to Rachel. Shouts out to What's Up Dallas Magazine. Shouts out to them, my family over there, my other family over there in freaking Dallas. Like, shouts out to them. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with my new backdrop and everything. It's super huge for real. So I definitely got to get me some super huge space to be able to truly be able to show like the whole part, the whole everything of it, so that way it's in unison and everything. But I like how this came out. I like how everything is still, it looks aesthetically whenever I have my Instagram put up right here. It looks aesthetically whenever I have my restream putting up right here. So I'm feeling the whole thing. Now I just got to work on getting like some lighting, my lighting situation together as far as for this camera, so that way everything looks good and fluid. Like, it's not looking bad, but I would like for it to look better. But my thing is today that I wanted to talk to y'all about is stop making excuses. Like, sometimes we make excuses just to be making excuses. Sometimes we find a reason to make an excuse. Sometimes whenever something is like, you didn't really want to do that thing anyway. You didn't really want to commit to it. You didn't really have the time frame to be able to do it. Different excellent work. Muchas gracias. Thank you. But definitely like sometimes sometimes we'll commit to something, or sometimes we have the best intentions on seeing something through, on making something happen, on like whatever the case may be, and then something comes up and we use that as escape out. And I can speak from a place of experience because I used to be there. Things, whenever it was the slightest little inconvenience, whatever is the slightest little inconvenience that I could find, I was like, yo, like, I ain't go, you know what? I got up, it's super cold. I got all of this stuff to do. I woke up late. I'm not going to be able to make it on time. This, that, and the third. I'm just going to scrap the whole thing. But what I've learned is that de donde eres es una. I no comprendo. You're going to have to translate that one because I know something I think you're saying, where am I from? How do I say that? How do I say where I'm from? Estados Unidos. I think that's how I say it. It's Estados Unidos. But like, I know, like, I've been in those places, but what I've learned is that you have to make a commitment to your commitment that you committed to. It's a different thing if it's something that it's just an emergency and you have to shift lanes, or it's something that you've made a decision where you're like, okay, I'm not about to be doing this. This is what I'm not about to be doing. But also, if you make that decision, then you also need to be able to have a level of full transparency whenever it comes to whatever that situation is, whatever that thing is, instead of just being like, oh, the slightest inconvenience, up, I can't, I'm not even gonna try. Like, you have to give yourself a moment to try things. Oftentimes we'll see that mountain, right? We know we have these goals. We know we want to climb to the top of that mountain, but that joint look pretty high now. That joint look pretty high. You know what? I'm new to rock climbing. I ain't never been into rock climbing or anything like that. I really ain't got all of the tools and all of that to be able to make it happen. Like, we automatically start listing out why we can't do this thing. What is the reason behind why we can't commit to this process? What is the reason behind why we can't do this thing? Whenever it's really like, hey, yeah, you might not have everything, but guess what? You can ask somebody that does know about rock climbing and that does know about climbing mountains and stuff, to be able to get that information. And then you could be able to save up and get the necessary tools and equipment that you need to be able to take that journey. And guess what else? Les Brown says it, all of the greats say it, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started to be great. You're continuously selling yourself on the fact that oh, I can't do it. I can't make it happen. Oh, everything's got to be perfect. Maybe I'm just going to give it another year. Next year, I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to do it next year. I'll be able to do it next week. You don't know what's going to happen within the next 24 hours. Honestly, you've got to stop making excuses. You've got to stop. What did they say? We heard it all through school. Don't put off today. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. Honestly. And that's something like as I've been being more disciplined and more consistent and more like really diligent on growing my business, I've understood that statement more and more, because it's like, hey, especially whenever you're being intentional on growing your business, you're being intentional on doing what you need to do to be able to move the needle in your business. If you are bad at procrastinating, like I can speak from experience. Hey, if anybody would put some stuff off, that person would have been me, because I was good at that. But the thing is that if you're putting stuff off and you're serious about building this thing, okay, now you've put this off until tomorrow, and guess what? Whenever tomorrow comes, now you got to catch up on everything else that you needed to do, plus you have some other things that you need to do. So your list just continues to get longer and longer and longer. Or if your list doesn't continue to get longer, you still just have these same things that you need to work on. And if you don't take action on them, then those same things are just going to sit there. And then you're going to look up and you're going to wonder why you're still in the same position 90 days down the line, a year down the line, a month down the line, different things like that. And I can speak, if anybody can speak from a place of experience, it is me. You hear me? I'm real big on the fact that you can't speak from a place of experience if you haven't been there. I have been there. I have been that person making excuses. I have been that person procrastinating. I have been that person continuously being like, oh, well, I'll do it later. I'm finna watch this show real quick, this and the third. But the person that I have been evolving into since I've been being more consistent and more disciplined and all of that is a person where I don't even give a crap. I don't give a crap about shows. I don't give a crap about that. Not unless I'm about to be acting in it. Other than that, or I'm supporting somebody that has been in it. But outside of that, like, hey, I got these books I need to read. I got this stuff I need to edit. I got this content I need to create, these drafts I need to do, this content that I need to brainstorm and map out, these courses that I need to work on. I have, like, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Whenever you are a true entrepreneur and you're a true creative, then your mind is always going. So you always have something going on. And in regards to that, something that I've learned from reading The Magic of Thinking Big is to not allow any thoughts to escape. Don't allow any thoughts to escape. Whenever a thought comes to your mind, you might not be able to work on it right now at this moment. You might not even have the resources or anything right now at this moment. But whenever that thought comes to you, write it down. And then in your quiet time, you're going to be able to go back and sit down and really review those things and make a decision as to, am I going to work on this stuff right now? Or am I going to just, we can put a pin in this and then we're going to spin the block on this. I have I have a lot of stuff. Like, man, what I as I continue to work and I continue to be diligent and I continue to tap in my with my creativity, my list gets longer and longer and longer. Like, I truly feel like whenever I see Kevin Hart and I see what's another creator that I like that is doing everything. Right now at the top of my mind, the only one that I can think of is Kevin Hart, because he truly has been doing everything. Like, honestly, like creating all different type of YouTube series, like everything. And I'm like, yo, like that is so freaking dope and amazing and awesome, because people be like, oh, you just need to be able to do this thing and focus in on that. Like, yes, you do need to be able to focus in on what your craft is, what your skill is, what your thing is that you're doing. But at the same time, like, shoot, don't limit your creativity just because of whatever. Like right now, in the building stages, in the building phases, and making everything grow and everything like that, yes, you got to be diligent. You have to be diligent. You have to be disciplined. You have to show yourself, improve yourself, and show yourself as an expertise in your field and in your craft. And then whenever you make it, whenever you get there and you got that momentum going, then now you open up the door to be able to have that time freedom and be able to do some other stuff. But guess what? You would never be able to do that, and you'll never be able to get there if you're making excuses. If you're making excuses as to why you can't do something, as to why you can't get something done. Why haven't you read that book yet? Oh, well, Oh, okay. Why haven't you take time to watch that video yet? Oh, well, I've been driving. If you're driving, you can still put a video on and listen to it. Honestly, like, there are so many ways that you could still be able to do stuff. And I like the quote that Marina Wari says. She says that at the end of the day, you either have excuses or you have results. Period. And like, I've really been like, over the last couple of months, that statement has really been dawning on me, because it's true. At the end of the day, you either have excuses or results. Because what have you done for your business today? What have you done for your brand today? What have you done for the things that you said that you wanted to do today? Have you done anything? Have you posted anything? Have you had a conversation with anybody? Honestly. Because at the end of the day, you have to take charge of your own life. You have to take charge of your own stuff, because you have the ability to shift your reality. You have the ability to make every dream that you want come true, honestly. And people can say, oh, well, it's about if I only had the money and this, that, and the third. Hey, we've all been there in that moment where it's like, man, dang, I need a loan. You know what I'm saying? This credit a little messed up, a lot messed up. I got to do some things. Like, we've all been there. But at the end of the day, you first have to take accountability for where you are. Because you are where you are based on the decisions that you've made up until this point. Honestly. And I know that hurts. Believe me, I've been there. Before I started truly making a shift with my life and everything, I had to come to the realization that, hey, yo, you where you are because of the decisions that you've made. It ain't nobody else's fault. You can point the blame. You can blame it on economy. You can blame it on the job. You can blame it on whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it's because of you. Period. And now, guess what? That means that it can also be because of you that your life changes. So now you have to take the initiative to be able to know, like, hey, all right, so the decisions that I made up until this point got me here. I want to be able to get to this place. I need to be able to shift these things around. And guess what? You got the ability to be able to shift those things around. Honestly, you do. You have to start making different decisions. You have to start making better decisions. If it's something that you feel like you don't know, okay, go learn it. There are tons of books out here that you can learn. Jesus, I'm talking about that you can learn, that you can read. There are tons of books out here that you can read. Honestly, there's no excuse. In today's day and age, there's no excuse because you can hop on Google, you can hop on whatever the case may be. You can even go on YouTube and listen to some audiobooks that are on there. You can go to Audible, different things like that. Whatever your thing is, you could be able to find the information in regards to it. And then we talk about the fact of we have a lack of resources and different things like that. It's not the fact that you have a lack of resources. Well, it could be the fact that you have a lack of resources. But guess what? If you have a lack of resources, first you need to take assessment of the resources that you currently have at your disposal. And then utilize those resources that you have at your disposal. And then once you utilize those resources, then you need to expand and get more resources. That's whenever you branch out. That's whenever that networking comes in, those building relationships, those collaborations, those connections. What are you doing with your time? Because if you're just sitting around watching YouTube all day, laughing and kikiing, scrolling TikTok all day, scrolling Instagram, you can be scrolling some pages of a book. You can be scrolling some valuable information that could teach you something and truly be able to shift your mindset and shift your life. You change your mindset, you change your life. It's time out for making excuses. It's time out for making excuses. We've got to let go of those excuses. I don't care where you are in your journey. You could be way uphill or you could be way downhill. You can make the change. Honestly, you'll be surprised what changes as you continue to make a shift in your mindset. All right? That's really all I got for y'all. I know I've been rambling. I be a little bit all over the place, trying to mostly stay in one place, but I still gave y'all some good, valuable information. If you're watching this, if you're watching the replay, I definitely hope that you got some value from this. Definitely like this, share it with somebody. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, turn on my post notifications. That way you never miss a video. Please help my channel to grow, help my content to grow, help everything that I'm doing to be able to grow. Tap in with me, click the link in my bio because I have a lot of great things going on and things are just continuously getting better. Things are just continuously evolving. Things are just continuously growing. And I look forward to being able to truly make a positive impact in the world. The world needs a lot of healing, and I want to do my part to do what I can to be able to be a positive light in this world of darkness. But definitely, I pray you guys have a wonderful and amazing evening. Real quick, hey, I got this challenge that's coming up on November the 6th at 5 p.m. It's called Deprogram to Reprogram, and it's designed to teach you the tips and strategies that you need in order to make a positive shift within your mindset. Definitely click the link in my bio, sign up. It says sign up for my free challenge or my free challenge or something like that on the tagline. But definitely sign up and meet me there because I have a lot of great valuable insight and a lot of great things that I love to be able to share. Mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. And I've been learning more and more about that since I've truly been tapping in with my own mindset. And I want to be able to help everybody else do the same because if you truly change your mindset, you change your life and you'll be surprised. Like, honestly, you'll you'll be surprised. But really, that's all I got for you guys. Remember that life is too short to be anything but motivated. Now get out there and turn your dreams into a vision and make that your reality. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Peace.